Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat where you can ask whatever questions you want to ask. You can suggest whatever topics you want to suggest. And you can also get entries into winning some prizes. We went over that before we started the live broadcast. So if you want more information on that, come to one of the live shows. We do them every night at 6 p.m. So if you've got any questions for me, just send them over to me. You can put them in the live chat, whatever. Ask whatever you want. And remember, if I can't answer it, someone in the live chat probably can. So pay attention to the live chat. Get involved. Converse amongst yourselves over there. Also, I like to start the chat with reading orders we've received today. It's been a bad couple of days, but today we got a bunch of orders. I don't know what happened. Something must have happened. We got Glenn P. Van Zant placed an order. He got a hat. He got a Where's the Kaboom hat from, I don't know if I've sold one of those before. Ian Hay got someone finally bought the Tread on Me Again, I Dare You t-shirt. I'd only sold a few of those up till now. Finally, someone else bought one. You know, the one with Gadsby the snake holding the Glock saying, Tread on Me Again, I Dare You. We sold another hat, TYMP K9 unit hat. David Grillo. I don't even have one of those. I need to order me one of them. I want to order a black one with the green patch like he just did, the corporal patch. I want to get one of those. Bo Carter. He got the bootleg King of the Hill. Theodore E. Arscott got it. He placed 2 orders. He got a shirt and something else. What else did he get? They got 2 shirts. He got it in different colors. Eric Lapinski got the Dale Gribble shirt. Another one of the bootleg King of the Hill shirts. And Daniel B. Michael. He got the You Ain't Even My Real Dad. I got the hiccups. He got the You Ain't Even My Real Dad shirt. I sometimes get the hiccups when I try to get started quick on this. They go away pretty quickly, but they're annoying. Well, thanks to everybody there for buying merchandise. It is appreciated. It goes to help support TYMPPP. So thank you very much. And this month it's working. Everybody's responding. We haven't got everybody yet, but we're getting there. So thanks everybody for buying merchandise. If you all want to buy some merchandise, like what I'm wearing here, the Protected by 45 AARP. Got some old guy you know that carries 45 AARP? Well, get him this shirt. Give it to him as a gift. Hey, does your dad carry 45 AARP? Father's Day is coming up. Get him this. I sound like a salesman, don't I? Get him this. Let him know what you think of his choice of carry rounds. Him and his 45 AARP. Makes a perfect gift for somebody in your life that carries, who's old and carries. But you can go over there and buy anything. You can get all my merch and stuff by going over to tympistolproject.com. What am I on here? I got to get rid of that. tympistolproject.com right here that you see in the bottom window. Go over there. You can join Patreon from there and support Pets and Vets. You can join Subscribestar and support either TYMP or Pets and Vets, depending on which tier you choose. You can donate one time only to the causes over there. You can also donate through PayPal, and you do get entries into the drawings through those PayPal entries, PayPal donations, just so you know. You do a PayPal donation, you get entries into all the drawings, like the like the silver bullet drawing here. This is a 45-70 vampire round, solid silver, actual live round that you can actually use to defend yourself against werewolves or vampires. And there's also a werewolf one. You get entered into that. For every $5 donation you do, you get one entry into that. And if you do a 10, you get an entry in the double super secret stock giveaway. And I showed people what that was going to kind of look like. It's just going to be engraved and painted onto a gun stock. Now, this is just an example right here. But it gives you a slight idea of what we're talking about. If you notice there, like one of the designs engraved onto it, and then out in front of it, it would say like TYMP or something out along the stock. It'll be engraved in, burnt in, and then it will be painted hand painted. So, and don't worry, I am good at that. I used to make custom furniture, so it's a skill I do possess to do that. I'm an artiste. I draw all my designs. I drew these so I can do them on there too. Not like I don't do clip art like most people do. But as I was saying, you can do everything over there at TYMPPistolProject.com. Links to buy merchandise. And you can also sign up over there to be a beneficiary for TYMPPP. Please sign up. If you think you could benefit from TYMPPP, sign up. Last month, we didn't even have enough people to vote. We had just enough people that we could choose 4 winners. Because there was only 4 people registered. So, well, there was 5, but 1 had to be disqualified because he didn't understand what was going on. But where was I? What were we talking about? Oh, I'm getting ready to start the chat, aren't I? Let's get started with some questions over here. I got one I wanted to get to really quick that came in during the first part of our chat. John N. said, do you feel like we have at least a 51% chance of HPA passing the Senate? The rhinos scare me. Fake ass people. Love you, Yankee. It's not rhinos. Stop saying rhinos. It's the Republicans. You don't get to label them as something separate every time they vote some way you don't like. It's not rhinos. It's the Republicans. Just like when the Democrats do something, it's the Democrats. When the Republicans do something, it's the Republicans. Quit trying to justify every time they stab you in the back by saying, well, the people that caused it are, they're a separate group of people. No, they're not. Stop making excuses for the people, because the other people, if they wanted it done, they'd get it done. They don't want it done, so they have a few people they know that they can count on to kill it. But I would not say 51. I would say 50. Now, I did see that Government Tracker updated the chances of the bill passing to 55%. But that doesn't mean passing as it is. Doesn't mean the Senate won't remove some things. So we got to wait and see what the Senate does to it. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. But I would not say 51%. I would say 50. Go Shadow said ATM IAI, they made the hardballer long slide bunch of, that's why that name sounded familiar. You spelled out the name. Why didn't you just say AMT? Got to be so fancy. Spark 68 said Browning and Ruger because he was too late to chime in on the early chat because he always waits to the last minute, and today he didn't make it. Caltech Commando chimed in and said, in all seriousness, Beretta is very underrated. People talk about how good they are, but you never see them at the range or people carry them. It seems like everyone thinks they only make the 92 series. I think people do think they only make the 92 series, and I think people think the 92 series is super expensive, which is not. It's actually quite affordable. People think, they're so expensive. They're not. 92X ain't that expensive, especially when compared to other guns that are similar. You're not going to pay more than that for that than you do like a CZ or anything. People just don't get it. Let me go over here to our live chat, see if there's any, or to our super chats and see if there's anything coming in over here. There are a few here. I got to weed out what's today's date? The 24th. That's an order. That's an order. That's an order. Then we got Officer Tater Hater. Officer Tater Hater chimed in and said, I sent you emails. I was looking at them. A lot more cops do not like me or my raunchy humor. Wait till they see the butt rape ones I made with I don't want to say that, when they go to jail. Yes, I saw some of the ones you sent today. What was one I was looking at just a minute ago? I saw the one you sent about the SCOTUS opening and back up and the guy who with the clipboard tried to pretend like he's all right. Then we got John Heasley, the Heasley monster, getting another entry into the double super secret stock giveaway. Said, I need to win a stock for the Heasley monster. Well, I'm going to do a few of them, so we'll be able to give a few away eventually. John M. Mandrick also chimed in, got an entry into the double super secret stock giveaway and says, what bizarre OCD criteria did you use to arrange the revolvers on the wall? There's nothing OCD about it. And I've gone over this before. First, they're by manufacturer. I do my Smith & Wessons, and then I have, after the Smith & Wessons, I have my Rugers, and then after my Rugers, I have my Colts. And then on the other wall, I have my Korths, my Mehuns, and my Chiappas. And as I do them by manufacturer, well, then it's highest caliber to lowest caliber. And then if you've got two guns that are the same caliber, it's longer barrel to shorter barrel. So if you've got two guns that are the same frame size and caliber, because I always put the bigger frame sizes first. If you got the same frame size and caliber, like say I had two 460s, which I don't have one. If I had two 460s, one was the 4-inch and one was the 3-inch, well, the 4-inch would be the one that would come first, and then the 3-inch. So it's done by manufacturer, size and caliber, length of barrel. And if I got two that have the same caliber and the same length of barrel, well, unfluted cylinder comes first and then fluted cylinder. So that's pretty much all you need to know my. See, it's simple. It's just a very simple formula. So nothing OCD about it. Clinton Barella is trying to get win the double super secret stock giveaway. For the super secret stock giveaway, loving these videos where you speak your mind and call people on their shit. Have a good time, not a long time. Here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah. Yeah, I used to do more of that, but I think people got tired of listening to me tell, and I got to the point where I'm like, you're not going to convince people that Hickok is a shill and a fake, and you're not going to convince people that Military Arms Channel don't give two shits about them. They're all about the money. You're not going to convince them. People are going to believe what they want to believe, regardless of the evidence or the facts. No, Colt should not be before Smith & Wesson, because Smith & Wesson has a wider selection of models than Colt does. So Smith & Wesson comes first. I don't judge a gun company on the random last name of the people who founded them. I judge them on the models they make and stuff. That doesn't make sense putting them alphabetical. That's just a random happenstance of last name. You're like those people who will make like fried chicken and then cook green beans with it. Ugh, those don't go together. It bothers me when people do that. Have some sense, people. Have some sense. All right. All right. Let's see. Where was I at? Was I reading questions? I was reading questions. That was Clinton Barella. Chrissy Jones chimed in and said, and paid his tithe to Phil. It says, hail Phil, best red dot and gun light for the money. Is it crazy that I'm taking your comment about covering as many calibers as possible way too seriously? No, you should take everything I say very seriously. Very, very seriously. You should go get a septum piercing. Not a scrotum, septum. You can get a scrotum too, but we don't want to see that one. Best ones? Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough about them. I mean, I like the stream lights, like the little stream lights like this one. I like the Enforce lights, but I don't even know if they still make those anymore. Do they still make the Enforce? I thought the way they designed them was nice. I like the way they looked, everything else. Caden's going to want to put a light on his carry gun because he says, I want one that has a rail and is cut for a red dot. He already owns one red dot. It's on his other gun. He can put it on this one. But yeah. So I don't really know, but I like Streamlight, and I definitely like for red dots. I'm all over the place. Hollow Sun seems to be some of the best ones right now for the money. I'll say that. Kevin Mabry chimed in here and said, for Phil, he's paying his tithe. He don't want to get Lyme disease. I don't think we've seen Kevin DeBoner since he got Lyme disease, have we? I hope it didn't kill him. Edward Howerton chimed in, got an entry into the double super secret stock giveaway, and says, ever consider taking custom orders for your art on frame grips and stocks as a normal thing? No, it's way too much work, and I don't plan on starting a business at my age. I might make some grips though and give away. It's for one of the monthly giveaways. I could always engrave some grips real easy. I used to have engraved grips with my what do you call them? My cowboy action grips had my Yankee Marshall logo on them. All right, where was I? That was Edward Howerton. Kevin Mabry chimed in again and said, yes, the SDR is a dandy little revolver. So he did win the SDR. I thought it was Kevin Mabry, but I'm not real good sure on things like that when I try to remember them. All right, let's get over here to I gotta do emails. Hold on, I almost forgot the emails. And remember, we're going to be doing the jerk circle tomorrow. I didn't know today was Saturday. I thought it was Friday. So show what I see. When you're old and you're retired, there's no way to tell the days apart. Well, I mean, I guess a calendar and your phone, your computer that I sit in front of every day. But otherwise, they all kind of blend together. It's like, I don't remember. Did I do that last week or was that 6 months ago? It's a little hard to keep it. I actually got, is $5 on PayPal enough for an entry into the super secret? No, that's $10 to get the super secret because that's going to be an expensive item, actually. Dylan says, why is Springfield evil? Can you explain a little? Do I really have to explain this to anyone? Who doesn't know this by now? In the state of Illinois, Springfield Armory conspired with local politicians to pass anti-gun bills that would hurt their competition and get exemptions for themselves so that their business could prosper while putting their competition out of business by harming the Second Amendment and the people's rights. And they have never been forgiven for that as far as I'm concerned. Where am I at? Hey, we just got a member. Wait, they canceled their membership and then they became a member. What did they cancel? They canceled their posse membership. Well, they canceled their posse and became a deputy. So they upgraded their membership. And that's actually the better way to do it. Cancel your old one and then upgrade to a new one. Because that way it shows up on my list. If you just upgrade, sometimes you don't show up on my list and I don't know you're due a patch or something. Plus, sometimes I just miss them and you got to let me know. I got tons of them, so it ain't like I'm short on them. I got like 200 of them when I first started, and they don't got 200 at $10 level and definitely not 200 at the $20 level. I think out of a big bag this big, I think I've given away like this much out of the top of it. And it was like a double stack that was this tall of patches. I think I've given out maybe a ½ inch off the top. Now let me get to the emails. Present, share screen, window. Where'd it go? I know I had some over here. Here we go. Here's the Heasley Monsters new flashlight. Why is it done in a Halloween design? I mean, I like Halloween designs. I like Halloween, but well, that's the charger on the bottom. I was like, what the fuck is on the bottom? Oh, that's the charger. That's a cool looking little flashlight. It's good for this holiday season coming up after the summer. I guess it's a while now. I don't know if he knows what month it is. Then we got an email here from Gummy Wuzzle, who shared his dad's old Air Force knife. He said, my dad's Boker 155 survival knife. This was issued to forward air control teams in a survival kit. No U.S. or military markings on the knife or sheath. A deliberate point for USA, a deliberate choice by USAF. Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to put military markings on stuff in a survival kit. Because, you know, if you're walking around behind enemy lines with a knife on your hip and you get stopped by enemy soldiers or something, you don't want them to see U.S. Marines on the side of it or something. You don't want to be seen using a knife or holding a knife or anything that has something like that on the hilt. That would get you stopped. So, yeah, you don't want stuff on it, but those are nice. I have one very much like that, I think. I do believe, if I remember correctly. I got a lot of knives somewhere. Well, that's... oh, nope, I don't want to share that. That's the void card for one of the winners. I think that's it for the emails today. Let's get over here and see if we got any more super chats. If not, we'll get to the live chat. Kevin Mabry was the last one. Kevin Mabry still the last one. And we're caught. Dylan was the last one over there. The bird's nest now has 4 eggs in it. Well, that's good. It went up an egg. I was afraid with you it'd be down an egg at least, maybe 3, depending on what you had for breakfast. I disagree with about 75% of what you say, but you are entertaining, so I just subscribed. That's fine. You're allowed to be wrong 75% of the time. At least you're right 25% of the time. You got that going for you. You can say that. I'm 25% right. Well, you're doing way better than Congress. Someone mentioned Sky underrated. They're completely liquidation, bankrupt by sheriff's sale, with all property seized to pay tax lien and permanent close. Yes, I know. As we said, they're out of business. Smith & Wesson R8 or Colt Python Elite? Ooh, that's a tough question. Colt Python Elite. The R8 is very cool, but it's big. You know, you're not going to carry. Well, I mean, it could, but I wouldn't carry. It's so big. 8-shot cylinder and blah, blah, blah. But it's a nice gun. But the Colt Python Elite's got it all over it. Just beats it all to hell. So, might not be able to buy the other at all in future. Which one to get first or ever? Oh, well, definitely the Colt Python Elite. After binge watching a lot of your videos, I'm on a mission to find a 40 Smith & Wesson I like, save the Fortes. Well, it shouldn't be hard. There's all kinds of, there's not as many now, but there used to be a lot of good 40s, especially. So if you're open to used, you should be able to find a lot of people dumping the 40s, so you can find them used at a good price usually. What subsonic 458 SOCOM cartridge should I buy for self-defense in my home? Whichever ones you can find on sale. Imagine if you shot a regular home invader with a silver bullet and asked the police to get the bullet back. Well, no, you got to just understand the bullet's gone when you do that. In fact, hope they don't notice, because then you're going to have to explain, well, he was a werewolf. And I didn't want to bring that up with y'all because, that kind of muddies the whole thing. A werewolf broke in, I shot them, they reverted to their human form. So that's why he was naked, by the way. If you shoot someone with a silver bullet, someone breaks in your house and you shoot them with a silver bullet, immediately strip them naked and burn their clothes. So that you can say, when he broke in here, he was a werewolf. And then after I shot him, he human. You don't want to be like, well, why is he wearing clothes if he was a werewolf? Yeah, you got to think ahead. Paul B used his 45-month WAP chat to say, "Hail Phil, never seen or held Arex pistols. You?" I have. I've held and shot Arex pistols. I was never that thrilled with them. They were kind of like low-grade SIG competitors. And if you looked at them like that, as an alternative to a SIG, I don't think they stacked up very well. But if you looked at them as an alternative to a Glock, well, then I think they stacked up pretty good. So it depends on how your mindset when you paid attention to them. They were more in line with most polymer guns, not with SIG. What was his name? James Reeves I remember him yelling at me to come over and look at him at SHOT Show one time. And he didn't even have shorts on. He had jeans on. I was like, well, what's the point of me coming over here? You don't got any booty shorts. Someone the other day said, "Oh, if you hate on James Reeves, you either are jealous of him or you're in gay love with him." And I'm like, "What do you mean, or?" Let's see here. Where was I at? Count on Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski voting against the suppressor provision. Are they still alive? I know they're both getting pretty old. They're getting up there in Dianne Feinstein category now. You know what OCD is? Of course I do. I take medication so that I'm not OCD. Colt existed before Smith & Wesson. Yeah, and it's a shame they didn't do more with their company. It's like when people say Vancouver was formed before Portland. Well, yeah, it's a shame they never did anything with it. It's not real pizza unless it's not pizza if it has pineapple on it. It's an abomination is what it is. People say, well, what is it if it has pineapple? I'm like, gross. That's what it is. It's just gross. Let's see. That's not a charger. That's not a charger. It's a pivot for the light. If I'm right. No, it's the charger. I don't think you're right. As usual, I don't think you're right. I think it's the charger because they have these little clip-on, snap-on chargers on the bottom of them. They're magnetic. I think that's what it is because I've got a couple of those. Not that particular one, but I got a couple of O-lights. That looks like that's it. Looks like we are caught up on all the questions, at least the ones I could see. Let me see how we're doing on Super Chats if there's anything new over there. So last call for questions, by the way. Kevin Mabry chimed in again and got another entry into the double super secret stock giveaway and says, you can never give too much to Phil. That's true. You can't. He uses it for a good cause. He supports Pets and Vets program. And that way he doesn't give you Lyme disease or crack your windshield or push your car into a tree. All the nasty things he's done to people who deserved it and some who didn't, like me. I get punished when you all don't pay your tithe, and I don't deserve it. But I get it because, as his representative on earth, he holds me responsible when you all don't do your shit. So do your shit, pay your tithe. Assholes. I don't got time for this stuff in my life. I don't want to have to repair another bumper. Had to fix that bumper. It turned out really nice. In fact, I like it better now than I did before because now it's got the gloss black insert in it, and I put some little bumper guards in it for a little detail. It looks really nice. I'm surprised. Let's see, where are we at? So what did you do last full moon? 13 News Seattle had report of a treatment-resistant syphilis outbreak. What do those two things have to do with each other? I didn't give anybody syphilis last full moon. I haven't given anybody syphilis. I haven't even had, there hasn't even been any risk of me giving anybody syphilis in a very long time. So not a very long time, but I mean, if either of us has it, we both got it already. So there's no one I'd be giving it to. So it's not like I'm out playing the field. I don't remember what I did, but I know I didn't give nobody syphilis. That's what you're implying. It sounds like to me that's what he's implying. Don't y'all think that's what it sounds like? He's implying that I gave somebody syphilis. I didn't give nobody syphilis. I never had syphilis. The closest thing to an STD I've ever had is crabs. And I've had crabs a couple of times. And that's horrible. The crabs are horrible. But I got crabs. Once I got crabs, was I in Mexico? I think it might have been. No, I think I was in Brazil. And got the crabs. Brazilian crabs. So James Reeves shouldn't ding your bumper. Well, I would hope he wouldn't. If he does, he's paying for it. I know he's got money. If he dings my bumper, I'm going to fall out of the car and piss my pants and act like I've got a serious spinal injury because I know he's got money. So I'm just going to open the door, roll out onto the pavement, twitch, and piss my pants. Like try to foam at the mouth a little bit, speak in tongues. so that his insurance company just starts throwing money at me. The problem with syphilis there is that it's now a mix of two different strains together, making it harder to treat. You all seem to know a lot about syphilis. Why do these people know so much about syphilis? Syphilis. There's a video about a guy who pronounces it syphilis instead of syphilis, and the woman looks at him very disapprovingly while he's explaining. It's actually pretty funny. It's subtle, but funny. I think I put it on my Instagram feed. Is Yankee going to be like Al Capone? Or you mean dead? He's dead. I think he'll be like that. I think he'll be dead. Not right. I'm not that way now. I mean, I eventually will be dead. Not much you can do about that. And I ain't feared it. I figured it'd be like taking a long nap. Snow king or Dungeness snow? I like snow crab. I really like snow crab. And I don't like seafood all that much, but I do love snow crab. I like going to the Red Lobster, when we feeling all fancy and you want to go to the highfalutin restaurant, we go to Red Lobster and I get me them snow crab add-ons. Did Al Capone have syphilis? Well, then no, I ain't gonna be like Al Capone because I ain't gonna get syphilis unless you can get it from a bus seat or something. I don't think you can. So I don't see me getting syphilis anytime soon. I think I'll more likely get dementia before I get syphilis. All right, that looks like that's it. It's a shame we ended the show talking about syphilis, but things go how they go. As I was saying, thanks everybody for coming today. I appreciate it. Especially everybody who weighed in, everyone who got entries into the double super secret stock giveaway or the silver bullet giveaway, supporting the Pets and Vets program. I appreciate that as well. I will see you all again tomorrow. I'm probably going to have everybody weigh in and help me help my son choose his gun. He's putting I don't want him getting a gun. I know that sounds odd, but I don't want he's a baby. Babies shouldn't have guns. I mean, to me, he's just a baby. I don't give babies guns. But when did he turn 21? No, this is just weird. Oh, he turns it in a couple of weeks, but still, when did he even get close to that? He's still a baby. I still have to make his burgers and stuff for him or his sandwiches. Well, so I do for Zyler too. Zyler, 27 years old now, will come in and go, "Hey, will you make me a sandwich?" And I'm like, "Make your own damn sandwich." He's like, "You make them better." And I ended up making him a sandwich. But as I was saying, thanks everybody for everything you do. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, I think he was asking what kind of crabs I got. No, it was pubic hair crab. The crabs down below, not good ones. I like the crab you eat. I don't like them ones that crawl around in your pubes, which are just lice, but they're pubic lice. Another bad topic to end the chat on. So thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate it. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.